Love 15.
Here's how Mats Wilander got to the semi-final. Pretty good. The match against Annacone, he was in trouble in that match, and he's been in trouble in a couple of his matches as he's gone through, but each time he's come up with the right answers.
He is challenged today by John McEnroe. He'll need a lot of right answers.
All.
McEnroe is now 26, Wilander 21. They say he's 6'1". He doesn't look that tall. McEnroe 5'11". Down at the bottom you see Grand Slam semifinals, heavily in McEnroe's favor. He's been around longer.
That's the key to watch for in the baseline rallies.
15-30.
Wilander's balls, or where Wilander's balls are bouncing. Are they bouncing near the baseline, or are they landing short like that last one? That will allow McEnroe to attack the net. And the other key, a lot of first serves into play.
McEnroe leads the series head-to-head 5-4. But look at the second one. Wilander has won all 3 Grand Slam meetings.
Haven't they all been in the French, though, on slow clay?
A good break for Wilander there.
40-30.
McEnroe poised to knock off a volley. Ball ticks the top of the net. I think one of the things that'll be interesting to watch, too, is how in the rallies McEnroe gets inside that baseline, taking the ball as early as he can, and when he gets a short ball, he's gone on it as fast as possible.
Game, Wilander.
Another good first serve. As John Newcomb said, that's one of the keys. Wilander wins the first game, first set.
Love 15.
Tony, were you the Davis Cup captain when they played their, was it a 6-hour match in Memphis?
No, I was in St. Louis, I believe. No, I was not. I was not the captain.
It was a 6-hour match, wasn't it?
John, I think, won the first 2 sets easily and went to sleep, and before you know it, they were out there forever.
McEnroe finished up winning in, what, 8-6 in the 5th, or
something like that. Of those 3 Grand Slam losses, 2 were the French, one was in the Australian.
That's right, I realized that, yeah.
Not on grass, of course.
On grass in Melbourne, Australia. It was fast surface. Good win for Wilander. That was in the semis.
15 all.
Wilander went on to beat Lendl in the final of that event.
It's one of the things I've admired about Wilander. After he won the French when he was 17 years old, he said, I don't want to just be a clay courter. I want to play on fast surfaces to learn to serve better and volley better.
Obviously he's done that.
Yeah. Plenty of time to play that passing shot.
15-30.
5th straight year being seeded #1 here. If there's anything that I think McEnroe has not done as well as he might in this tournament thus far, it would be getting pace on his volleys. He's blocked a lot of volleys and given other players a swing at another passing shot. And if you do that too often against a Wilander, he's going to get it by you.
That was one of the things that impressed me in his match against Nystrom the other night, how well he did volley. It was the only time in the tournament that he has volleyed that firmly. An interesting tactic from Mats Wilander. Got the short ball and attacked.
He won't do that much.
I think that'll be a good tactic, though, yeah.
I think he's not going to do it all the time, but I think you will find that he'll come in more than we would suspect. I think that's one of the things he's learned, Pat, playing these fast surfaces against the top people, that you do have to take advantage of the short ball and put some pressure on them as well.
going to be a big question for McEnroe if they get into some tight points and he has to serve a second serve. Will he serve and volley on it, or does he stay back?
He has his left thigh taped. He had it taped in his last match as well, but it certainly didn't hamper his movement at all. Good rally here,
Wilander.
Look where Wilander is. He's hanging around the baseline as much as he can. Normally he plays further back. Stepping into that ball well. Inside the baseline when he finished the hit of that last backhand passing shot. That's good to see, because if he hangs back, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
And it's break point for Wilander.
Deuce.
Again, not waiting behind the baseline to return that serve. He stepped into it. It was one thing when Borg played McEnroe. He seemed to return from a long way behind the baseline and have trouble with it.
Advantage McEnroe.
It was a struggle, but games are 1-all.
1-all.
Those first couple of games for any player are always a little bit shaky, I think. You hope to get a good, solid game in. See, Mats is the first player to win 4 Grand Slam events before the age of 21.
Love 15. Love 30.
Perfect day for tennis. Sun is obscured.
Yesterday on the court at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was up over 100 degrees as you look down from the Goodyear blimp through the haze.
All.
That's where Wilander can be smart, where he serves and comes in once in a while. Then you serve and start in and stop. See, McEnroe's won 7 Grand Slam titles. That way, John won't know whether to try to knock the return down short at his feet coming in or try to get length on it.
Go! Out. 40, 30. Game, Wilander.
First ace of the match. Wilander leads 2-1. First set. Wilander leads 2-1, first set.
Seats quickly, please. Thank you.
Spectators, fans still filing in.
Seats in the back.
Before too
Thank
much
you.
longer,
Quickly.
the place will be absolutely packed.
Quiet, please.
We're in the players' box. Supporters of both. Mr. McEnroe in the red shirt, nearest you. Son Patrick next to him.
Find a seat, please.
Right behind and Pauline Betts Addy, one of the all-time greats.
Kay McEnroe, John's mother. One of Ryan O'Neal's sons sitting next to her.
Love. Love.
Ryan O'Neal.
$15. $15. Quiet, please.
Too good. Game to McEnroe. 2-2.
Tony, I've always found watching McEnroe play that when he's coming over his backhand confidently, especially the one across court, that seems to give him a lot of confidence. It means it's a sign that he is playing very confidently and feeling good within himself.
Right, and I think when he does it on the return of a second serve and comes in behind, it's also the same sign that he's going to try to take over and is in command.
Love.
Tatum O'Neal next to Ryan.
Off.
Well, if Mats is going to come to the net, he's going to have to come in on much deeper approach shots than that one.
Yeah, he's not as confident as a natural volleyer as a McEnroe. So he won't read it quite as well. Quite a shot.
30-15.
Sort of lull before the storm, and not a whole lot happened in the match yet. You feel like there's a feeling out process, but things are going to pick up here pretty quickly, I think. In each of Wilander's service games thus far, McEnroe's gotten to 30 all, but hasn't been able to get 2 in a row after that.
First serve.
He'll be coming this time off the second serve.
Johnny Mac?
Yep.
That's the type of volleys he was hitting the other night. No chance to get that.
30-40.
And it's break point for McEnroe. And here, I think we'll see Wilander take a little bit off the first serve to get it in.
If he does, don't be surprised if McEnroe hits it and charges the net. Good serve. These next 2 or 3 service games of Mats Wilander's are so important that he hang in there and try and get the set up to 5 all, 6 all. Well, the temptation here was for McEnroe to go off the back foot because it was a very deep approach shot. Instead, he just leaned into the ball and half volleyed it across court. That's a great shot.
The great shot is right because the approach was very deep and hit with some authority. So again, break point for McEnroe.
He just made it look easy. It wasn't.
You know, 99 out of 100 players in the world are going to move off the back foot on that shot because it was so deep.
A good shot by Wilander. A little extra topspin to get it below the top of the net.
He didn't really try to hit a winner, did he? He just got it down low and made McEnroe volley up. McEnroe running over to towel down. I'm surprised he doesn't wear a sweatband. There's so much sweat comes down your arm, runs onto your racket grip.
I played Frank Sedgman, never wore a wristband. Perspired heavily in the face, but didn't really perspire much in the hand. And there's Wilander. He uses his shirt tail to wipe off his handle. Third break point in this game for McEnroe.
McEnroe leads 3-2 in the first set. He leads 3-2 in the
quickly,
first set.
please. Ready to
the
play.
men's semifinal. Deja vu. Twice earlier this year, the same 4 individuals were involved in the semifinals. The Masters, And at the French Open, McEnroe won the Masters, Wilander won the French Open.
Seats, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to play.
Diane Sawyer on the left, who is a very, very avid tennis player and fan.
Quiet, please. Seats quickly, please. Thank you.
McEnroe to serve.
Quiet, please. Love. All.
I like the way Wilander's trying to return McEnroe's serve, how he's standing about 5 foot behind the baseline and then has his weight moving forward by the time he actually makes the return. That helps to cut off some of the angle of the left-handed server. You just watch Wilander down the other end of the court, how he moves forward as he's making the return.
And it's double break point for Mats Wilander.
15-40.
Another good thing about that change of position in your stance is that the server sees you in one position, and when you hit the ball, you're in another.
First serve.
These guys have played one another enough times. They know basically what the other's going to do from that standpoint. But having your momentum, your weight going into the shot certainly can make it a more solid return. Okay, Nuke, this is what you asked before. Let's see if McEnroe comes in off the second serve in a crucial spot here, or does he elect to serve and stay back and get in a rally? Wilander on the attack. Played that point well. And he breaks right back, and it's 3-all.
What a super point from Mats Wilander that was.
So that's an aspect of his game that didn't exist a year and a half ago. He just would not attack. He'd hit the ball and back up and try to just out-rally you. And he knows that against the good players, you've got to take advantage of those short balls, and he did it beautifully there.
That was such a key game for him then to try to break back too.
You always want to try to get it right back.
That's the boardwalk if you choose to come to the National Tennis Center by train. You can do that and just walk over to the stadium.
all.
You know, my comment about obviously wanting to get the service break right back, I'm trying to say is that when you've lost your serve, oftentimes your opponent will either relax a little bit, feeling they have the break, or they might get a little cautious trying to hold on to the break. So sometimes that is your best opportunity to get it back. Here's the drop shot on the two-handed side of Wilander. When he gets there, he's going to have to let go, make a one-handed shot, just pops it right up across in front of McEnroe, who bunts it into the open court. So when you make that drop shot on the two-handed side, you try to make that player have to let go. They're the winners thus far.
All the statistics, by the way, that you'll
15,
see throughout the
40.
afternoon come to us courtesy of the Burroughs Corporation. Double break point.
First serve.
Another aggressive play by Wilander on a big point.
40.
He also read the passing shot well. He was covering the down-the-line shot.
Nice firm volley, too.
Still a break point.
Deuce.
Well, this would give Wilander a huge lift if he could get out of this game after breaking serve the game before.
Well done.
Advantage Wilander.
That's the first time he served and volleyed in the match, isn't it?
I believe so.
Good time to do it.
Wilander holds and leads 4-3, first set.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
Wilander leads 4-3.
I would think so. McEnroe serving at 3-4. We're in the first set.
Love 15.
Big chance for Matt Wilander.
He chose to go
15
straight
all.
at him here when he got to the net, and McEnroe's hands are about as quick as any. Watch this. He goes right at him, and then when the ball came back, Matt's reaction was not good.
And he went at him on the backhand side, too, instead of tied in on the forehand.
Right.
Oh. He's reading McEnroe's serve exceptionally well.
30.
It appears that Wilander says he's going to really go after the return of serve, trying to hurt McEnroe immediately.
Serve and volley here.
I'm not so sure.
Good second serve that
30
time.
all.
A lot of spin on it. Got Wilander way out of court. Set up the whole point.
30, 40.
Break point for Wilander. Had break points in the last 4 service games.
A bit of trouble with his first serve. Oh, what a great volley. That was a pretty brave decision to serve and volley on the second serve that time, because Wilander has been returning it very well.
51% for McEnroe on the first serve.
That's not good.
73 is for Wilander.
Another break point coming for Wilander.
Advantage Wilander.
I think McEnroe would be wise to serve into the body of Wilander instead of to one side or the other, because Mats is not taking a big backswing, using the speed on the serve and directing it very well.
He was ready for him that time, Pat.
He was. Wilander leading 5-3. John's father looks
Wilander
on.
leads 5-3.
Kay McEnroe and Patrick in the middle, the McEnroe family, looking a bit concerned at this stage, and rightfully so.
Yeah, he had 3-2 a service break in this set, and suddenly he's down 5-3.
Love 15.
Marvelous how easy it looks when they do it like that. I mean, Wilander made a darn good volley. McEnroe didn't rush, didn't overplay the ball, and just hit it like a rocket cross court for a winner.
All.
Very concerned #1 seeded player right now.
Justifiably so.
Well, a good play and an excellent volley, because he was about halfway back. Then he was on the service line when he volleyed that ball across. Looked easy the way he did it.
15-30.
Not that easy to get that good an angle from halfway back.
McEnroe taking a little extra time.
Look at that.
Smart play by Wilander, and it gets him to set point.
40-30.
Crowd just about has occupied every seat now. Wilander goes to the towel. Set point.
See if Wilander tries to come in behind his serve again. He doesn't do it much, but he does it under pressure situations. Here he comes.
Missed it.
Boy, McEnroe had to make some shot down the line.
Deuce.
I think he's got to be careful he doesn't overplay the serve volley routine, Tony. It's a good tactic when he does it, I'd say about a third of the time. A bit unlucky at that point, though.
That's just a super shot.
Watch the good length that both players get, and as soon as one gets a short one, right here, in comes McEnroe, hits it hard but short. It landed around the service line, and Wilander just threaded the needle. You see McEnroe was around the service line himself, not in as close as he normally is, and we're back live at set point Wilander.
First set to Wilander. 6-3.
Seats, please.
McEnroe has served just 50% the first set to 74% for Wilander. And as Barry McKay mentioned, the Wilander serve has improved tremendously. So here we go, set number 2, McEnroe to serve.
Love.
Be careful what you do and say around here with all those hidden cameras.
McEnroe has a white shirt on now. That might be changing his luck. He's been playing in battleship gray clothes. So this white shirt may be a change in superstition. We'll find out.
That's why he doesn't wear a sweatband. They don't make them in that color.
The disguise on that shot by Wilander is what made it work so well, because it's exactly the same stroke as a passing shot, and he just lifted up on it and top spin popped it over McEnroe's head for a clean winner.
That's his first ace.
It's the first one that he's really timed properly to the forehand side. This is going to be a key to McEnroe's success in this match. If he can get a good rhythm going on his first serve, which he doesn't have at this stage. Most of the ones that he's got in just don't have that extra pace that they had the other night.
I think talking to the photographers and
he's going to have to change his mode of attack here a little bit. Most of his approach shots are going to Wilander's forehand, and Wilander is picking it. He's starting to move that way before McEnroe actually hits it.
Yeah, but he made a heck of a shot there on the dead run. Aren't many players can make that one a lot. But I agree, you got to mix it up some. A little bit of frustration creeping into McEnroe at this stage.
McEnroe wins the first game of the second set. Wilander won the first.
Second set.
Won the first game of the second set. Wilander won the first set 6-3. Flying above New York this afternoon and furnishing us with those magnificent pictures, the Goodyear Blimp America. And the controls today is Captain Don McDuff of Anson, Texas. 60 consecutive years that the Goodyear Blimps have been in service.
Love.
Talking about disguise on the lob, that's one shot that McEnroe does exceptionally well, is the disguise backhand lob.
I'd like to take a moment to congratulate Dave Snyder, who has won the Wilson Collegiate Tennis Coach of the Year award. Coach at the University of Texas, was a player there. Is amongst an excellent group of people. Certainly a well-deserved award.
Don't forget, there's a lot more coming up here on CBS this afternoon. Still to come, the women's final. Martina Navratilova against Hanuman Likova. And then after that, the other men's semifinal between Jimmy Connors and Yvonne Lindell.
Break point.
Got his break. McEnroe now leads 2-love in the second set.
That was all set up by a great return of serve, landing just inside the baseline. Plenty of pace on it, and immediately McEnroe followed it up.
Bye, please. Love.
We all want to send our best wishes to Chuck McKinley, 1963 Wimbledon champion, who had a brain tumor operation, I believe, a couple months ago, and we just want Chuck to know that all his tennis pals are thinking of him and wishing the very best.
.30-15.
Interesting that the best player in the world can miss an easy volley like that and then make the most extraordinary shot. I guess it gives all the weekend players a little hope, consolation.
As Chris Everett Floyd said yesterday after she lost, after all, I am human.
Just couldn't quite get fired up.
(40-30).
You know, these are just kids when you think about it. Wilander's 21, McEnroe's 26. They've been out there for years now, under the limelight, the pressure.
Game McEnroe.
Second ace, game to McEnroe. He leads 3-love, second set. Wilander won the first set 6-3. McEnroe is up 3-love in the second set.
Seats, please.
First serve percentage in the first set, McEnroe was at 50 and Wilander was at 74, and it's just shifted around in the second set. McEnroe's got it up to 67 and Wilander is down to 50.
Thank you. Quiet, please.
Of course, Matz has only served one game in the second set.
Find a seat, please, quickly. Thank you.
Taking a long time between games, waiting for the crowd to settle down. And frankly, both players have been a little bit slow in coming out.
We'll have to talk to Slew and Slew Hester and get him to make a few more exits. So people get in and out a little more quickly.
(30-love). (40-love).
Randy Gregson, tournament chairman,
President of the United States Tennis Association.
got to be very proud of the way things have been run this year. Quick game for Wilander. McEnroe leads 3-1 second set.
McEnroe leads 3-1.
First time either player has been able to win their serve at love.
(15-love).
A little more sunlight coming through now. I think it might have picked up. The heat might have picked up a little bit on court.
Sure it has.
I know just playing doubles the last couple of days, it's really
humid.
Yeah, it saturates you out there.
(30-love).
And this sun just sort of filtering through the haze can be a brighter and tougher sun to look into and serve into, because you can't toss the ball out of the bright spot like you can on a clear day.
(30-15).
Yesterday, that heat was very oppressive. The
it was 110 on the court.
humidity was sort of suffocating.
Well, they treated almost 30 people, 28, I think, to be exact, for heat exhaustion yesterday.
I'm saying if you toss much lower, you no way you're going to get it in. There's the temperature right now.
Moved up a little.
Another good passing shot from Wilander.
30 all.
Picked where he wanted to hit the ball and just kept it very low and firm with a little bit of topspin.
I think that's where the times at net and points won. 28 out of 42 for McEnroe. Unforced errors, 18-3. McEnroe, I think most people know now, uses a very loosely strung racket, and I think he has a problem, that kind of a low volley when the ball has been hit hard at him, because he has difficulty taking the speed off and controlling it. The ball sort of flies off, a little bit of the trampoline effect.
Oh, what a return, because that was a good second serve. Plenty of pace, near the line.
And it's break point
30,
for Wilander.
40.
Have a look at where this second serve lands. Way out near the corner. No time to take a big backswing from Wilander. Just sort of blocked it back, used the pace of the serve. Back live, he's got a chance to get back into this set.
Game, Wilander.
He's back in it. McEnroe leads now 3-2 in the second set.
I played golf with Peter Ueberhoff out at Bel Air Country Club in L.A. and played some tennis with Pete.
15 low.
Rozelle's sneaky. He once hit that forehand down your
yeah.
alley from that deuce court.
As I've said before, he plays tennis like he negotiates.
Slick. I don't know whether it's the pace on Wilander's shots or what, but McEnroe has missed some fairly easy volleys thus far that he doesn't normally miss.
Last 2 or 3 games, he's made a few more unforced errors than he has previously in the match. It seems to me, if anything, he's feeling the heat just a little more than Wilander.
30,
He changed his shirt twice in the first set. And he was taking a long time sitting down in the change of ends.
First serve.
No mistake on that volley.
30 all.
Passing shot was a little high. It gave him plenty of time to be able to angle the volley down.
30 all.
Good hustle by McEnroe, and his defensive lob goes long.
40, 30.
You see an awful long run made by McEnroe here. Not a lot of people even got the racket on the ball. Mats backs up, and then he waves it out, so go ahead, get out of there. Back live, 40-30.
Thing about, although it's not as hot as it was yesterday. Yesterday there was a breeze. Today it's pretty still.
Flags are just hanging from their flag poles, and it's got to be getting muggy.
That was a good point for Wilander because McEnroe was on the attack. He was looking for the short ball, standing inside the baseline.
Your point made earlier is a good one. Wilander is getting good length on his shots and keeping McEnroe from getting into the net.
Well played. And it's 3-all in the second set. Wilander has won the first set, 6-3.
Well, that was a key game because McEnroe was throwing everything he had at Wilander and trying to get the break back again. He's been asking a lot of questions of Wilander so far on the match, and every time... Thank you. I get the distinct impression, Tony, as we watch this point, that McEnroe is trying to build up some anger inside himself to bring himself up to greater heights of playing.
If Wilander would have gotten that lob over his head for one, he would have just gotten some anger, I guarantee you.
Both those shots had some anger. Court temperature 100 degrees and humidity 80%. And boy, makes it like a sauna. He even fusses at himself. Computer's got you. Second double fault. Computer.
All.
What do you think, Tony? I think I'm getting a distinct smell of that Mats Wilander is starting to feel he may have a grip on this match.
I agree with you. And John's first service percentage has slipped now. He was up in the 70s or high 60s in the second set, but he's not getting any in now, and gives Wilander with those good ground strokes a good pop at the second serve.
40-30.
You get to the semis of the U.S. Open with the kind of fields they have here, you don't expect any walkovers or any easy matches. Not going to roll over and die for you.
He waited and waited.
Yes, well, he's been going across court all the time, and as I mentioned earlier, Mats has started to shift his weight that way, ready for the cross-court one. That's what he was waiting for. He kept waiting for Mats to make the move.
combined errors, 15 by McEnroe and none by Wilander.
Things just getting a little tight for McEnroe. He's lost the first set, 3-all in the second, deuce.
And here's a swing at a second serve. McEnroe's already served 2 doubles. Not a lot, but pressure of the good return of serve of Wilander in his mind.
Oh, what a shot.
Super.
There's no doubt about it.
Wilander
Feels at this stage very confident. McEnroe, the one on the defense now, looping the ball back. Wilander driving the ball way into the corner. That shot was perfect.
And off a sort of a high ball on the backhand side.
And here's McEnroe serving and Wilander taking the attack to him.
Yep.
Whole thing is swung around.
Big point here, break point for Wilander. Crucial 7th game.
Serve and volley, or do you stay back and let Wilander attack you?
I don't think he'll serve and volley. I was wrong.
He was coming.
That was a very brave tactic there, the way Wilander's returning serve. He went after the second serve, put a little bit more on it. I tell you, another inch higher on that return, too, and he's in trouble.
We asked McEnroe, he keeps swinging that racket, pantomiming the service motion. If his shoulder's sore, he said no. He does have to keep it loose so he doesn't hurt it when he does go after the serves. Good second serve that time.
2 in a row. It takes a bit out of you, though, when you've got to keep going to your second serve, mentally and physically.
First serve percentage.
McEnroe was at 67%, has dropped all the way to 48, and Mats was around 50-something the second, and he's now up to 62.
Does make a big difference. Struggling game to McEnroe. We'll be back to the U.S. Open after this word from your local station. In the first set, 6-3. McEnroe is up 4-3 in the second. Now let's go to John Tesh.
Thank you very
quickly,
much,
please, ladies
As
and
you know,
gentlemen.
there is an official Swedish invasion here at the U.S. Open, with 3 of the Swedish men making it to the quarterfinals. It is a big deal here up here in the Swedish booth. We're with commentator Ben Grieve. Let's listen to how he calls the match as you watch the tennis.
Set som varade i 45 minuter. Vi har spelat i 1 timme 23 minuter när Wilander ska serva. Ställningen är 3-4. Man har brutit varsin gång.
Tony, you speak Swedish?
Well, he said that Wilander won the first set 6-3.
Och samma problem igen uppstår. Det är svårt att få åskådarna att inta sina platser i tid.
Then he said
Det
it's
bara
hot.
90 sekunder. Ett sidbyte får inte
And McEnroe's waiting for
vara
the crowd
längre,
to settle
men det
down.
blir automatiskt längre här. I och med att spelarna vägrar att spela. Och det är väldigt irriterande, framförallt på kortsidorna. Nu kommer i alla fall Wilander här med sin första serve i det 8:e game.
Answer your question, no, I don't speak any Swedish.
15 love.
Det är hans andra service som ger honom 15-0 här.
30 love.
Have you ever sat next to a booth where the Italians were doing a broadcast back to Italy?
I have.
It's like you're in a race.
Well, I think it's wonderful that our game has grown
40 love.
to the degree that we have coverage going to so many countries around the world.
This is interesting, Tony, that Mats Wilander would race away to a 40-love lead in this game. This makes me wonder if that last game did take a little bit out of McEnroe. A loose shot like that.
Very quick.
Just seems like his footwork, racket work, a little slower than they were 15, 20 minutes ago. Rubbing at his shoulder there.
And grimacing a little bit, which makes me wonder if he is 100% physically fit. And that certainly is not meant to take anything away from Wilander. For all.
Good point, that one. Some great offensive and defensive play.
15 love.
Watch how quickly Wilander moves onto this, and an excellent approach shot down the line, a little chip one. Pretty deep. Good lob over the backhand side. Now just getting it down low at the feet with topspin.
Love.
That rally before, Tony, was an excellent one in how to turn defensive situation into offensive and then change it back again.
Use of all the shots in the game, including the offensive lob.
Love.
McEnroe leads 5-4 in the second set. Premiere of the NFL today. Brent is here today. He'll be there tomorrow. What do you got lined up, Brent?
Yeah, we've got Irv Cross taking a look at the San
Gates,
Francisco
please. Ready to
49ers. The
play.
Greek will make his picks. Then a good friend of yours, Jack Youngblood, who retired from the Los Angeles Rams, will be there. And while you're doing the final of the tennis, your buddy in football, John Madden, will be over in the Meadowlands. We'll talk to him about the 45-man roster in the NFL.
John has some comments about what effect that 45-man roster is going to have on a lot of teams. That's Wilander, set to serve to McEnroe in the second set at 4-5.
First serve. Love.
I think McEnroe is surprised at the severity of Wilander's ground strokes, particularly the attacking method he's using, and it's catching him off balance before he can sort of start dictating anything at a given point.
Love.
I can see some people down here with little portable television sets watching and listening.
Good shot.
15.
Might have seen McEnroe throw both hands up in the air saying, "Where have you been?"
I didn't think he'd been hitting the ball that bad.
30 all.
Wilander has kept him from hitting the ball as well as he would like to hit it.
And he's kept him guessing with his tactics, changing the game up all the time.
A little pressure time here. Let's see if Wilander comes in behind his serve. He's done that under crucial situations. And this is volley and a set point for McEnroe. An awfully good service return by McEnroe.
From 30 love, 3 points in a row.
All right, Nuke, I'm going to put you on the spot. Will he serve and volley this one?
I don't think he can. He's done it twice in this game and lost the points. Yelling at someone.
That was very close.
Talking to the service line.
The serve was inside the line.
Right now, if you could possibly do it, not to change in the middle.
Points.
Supposed to be. Here's another look. McEnroe inside the baseline. Stretches Wilander out. Really was trying to hit a winner here, but didn't pull it quite enough. And now the mini overhead into the open court. And we come back live with another set point for McEnroe. Well, you talk about the Mac attack. You see McEnroe
This better
coming.
be deep. Second serve.
Was not deep. Took an hour and 35 minutes.
And Wilander's gone over to change his racket. I don't know whether he broke the screen.
Took an hour and 35 minutes.
And Wilander's gone over to change his racket. I don't know whether he broke the screen.
Not a changeover. Third set, McEnroe to serve.
Sets 1-all. Winners, McEnroe 42, Wilander 25.
Five, please.
McEnroe will serve the first game of set number 3.
Love.
Shades of Saturday a year ago. Good, close, tight tennis.
Love.
But watch
40
a
love.
slick little drop volley here. Deep. Now the touch. No way Wilander could get to it. Back live at 40 love. First game of the third set.
McEnroe, first of the third set.
This with that delay and that argument about the photographer.
Somehow, when he gets upset, he generates that, and then he comes back and plays better. Most players, when they get mad, don't play as well, but he does.
Well, let's ask Tony Travert and John Newcomb, what should the opponent do in that situation? John, there was Wilander. He had the rhythm going, and suddenly they had the delay in the match. What would you have done against McEnroe?
I think you've got to keep some adrenaline going yourself, Brent, and I would have walked up to the chair and got into the argument with myself and saying, hey, you're trying to delay me, but Matt chooses to do it another way.
And then the umpire says play, and you got 30 seconds to get the ball in play.
But you can't do it from the baseline. You have to approach the chair.
15 love.
Wilander serving with new balls.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point about that was that the delay happened at a very critical time in Wilander's service game, when he had a little bit of adrenaline going, good momentum. Pause in the action. Sure doesn't help.
$30 love. $40 love. $40-15.
Don Andrew Sjogren, who is Wilander's coach, quietly watching. You don't see much emotion on his face, nor do you see much emotion from Wilander.
Or any of the Swedish players.
Perfect offensive lob, gets into 1-all.
Called it out. Matt's
15 love.
Must have called it out. 15 love, eh? Yes, they did.
I thought he'd made that.
I think Matt thought he made it.
Third double fault by McEnroe.
Tony, that tape around McEnroe's thigh, that's probably just a support structure.
Probably preventative. Might feel a little bit of a tenderness in there, and it certainly hasn't inhibited his movement at all. He's as quick as ever. Watch Wilander. Now, he starts forward, but he thinks it's going to go cross-court. See, he started for the cross-court drop shot, gets to the ball comfortably, but McEnroe picked it off. Back live at 30-15.
Get close at least.
Wilander took a little peek to see where that mark was on the serve. Wasn't sure it was good.
McEnroe leads 2-1 as you look down from the Goodyear blimp at the Throgs Neck Bridge in the Long Island Sound. The Goodyear blimp at the Throgs Neck Bridge in the Long Island Sound.
Love 15. Love 30.
Really starting to pour the pressure on now, McEnroe.
It's what he did early in the match, then he stopped doing it so much. Stayed back and rallied more.
$15-30.
That was McEnroe in for that last volley and just pushed it down into the net. How can you miss that, he said. Huge point. 15-30 or love 40.
I like the way Wilander set up for that first smash off the defensive lob. He got well behind the ball and slid back into it, so his weight was going into the shot, and after he made it, he was able to get back into a volleying position at the net. A lot of us don't get far enough back, and you end up falling backwards as you hit it. Boy, that was just nailed.
40-30.
It really was. Nearly every approach shot that McEnroe has done previously, he's been coming over the ball and driving it. That time he chose to chip it. It didn't come through as fast. Gave Wilander just that little bit extra time to set up for the pass.
Deuce.
A good offensive lob over the backhand side of Wilander.
Advantage Wilander.
McEnroe's got something in his eye, apparently.
What a good serve. That set up the whole thing. 2-2, third set.
2-all.
Really did, Pat, and I like the way he hit the forehand too, because he shaped up. For all accounts, he was going to go across court. Waited till McEnroe took off that way and flattened out in the racket face, brought it back down the line.
But
Quiet, please.
what you learn is, well, I like to say that what's the small hole becomes the big hole in a situation like that. The cross court looked wide open, but then the player closes that, so you go in behind him, winning volleys 28-6 in McEnroe's favor.
Went right back at him.
Love
Handcuffed him.
We mentioned it halfway through the second set, Tony, but I still feel that McEnroe's making one or two unforced errors that he would not normally make, like that volley there. I don't know whether it's just a little bit of heat fatigue.
All.
Could also be the fact that he knows Wilander has the good passing shots and he has to put something extra on the volley to make it good. Could overplay some shots.
$15-30.
McEnroe taking a lot of time between serves.
A few deep breaths, too.
Understandably so.
All.
Train outside the stadium.
Break point for Wilander.
40.
Stepped around and hit the forehand. You watch the players, they're looking at one another, see if they can get any symptoms, any feel of what's going on. Wilander took a peek at McEnroe. See if he can read any reaction.
Not a good time for the train whistle.
No.
2-all third set, break point, second serve.
So what kind of second serve McEnroe puts in here?
Game, Wilander.
Game to Wilander. He leads 3-2 in the third set.
Wilander leads 3-2. Love 15. All.
Good second serve, that one. Right at the body on the forehand side, anticipating that McEnroe would try to take it early and come in.
I'm not even sure what the complaint is.
No, he must be a bit tired. He didn't say anything. He just gestured with his hand.
I think he thought the serve was wide.
That's right, but he never said anything. I couldn't believe it.
He's out of breath.
That's right. Called out.
40-15.
Obviously, he thought it was good.
It's 40-15. Wilander trying to stretch his lead to 4-2 in this third set.
Gets it. 4-2, Wilander.
And he did it with a good
Wilander
approach
leads
and a good
4-2.
volley. He looks strong, Wilander, doesn't he? He doesn't look fatigued at all.
No, and I like his strategy. He is doing some of the attacking, making McEnroe have to hit the winning shot.
Love 15.
This is only the beginning. Still to come, Navratilova against Mandlikova, and then Lindell and Connors. That's the women's final and the other men's semifinal.
All.
Hot inside, but I bet it's nice and cool out there. And the Goodyear blimp looking down.
Thirty, 15. 40-15.
McEnroe has been hurt quite a few times when he served to the forehand of Wilander on the second serve, particularly in that deuce court. Masters pulled some cross-court angle winners, and he's hit those like that one down the line. McEnroe holds serve. Wilander leads 4-3 in the third set.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station. Later on this afternoon. She doesn't even look hot.
She looks pretty good.
I agree.
Ian Kiriak,
15 love.
Watching. Of course, he had hoped to be here watching his protege, Boris Becker, play.
He missed it.
30 love.
Wilander has a key service break in this third set.
Love.
Swinging volley by McEnroe goes way out.
That, to me, is definitely a sign of something is not 100% right out there, and the nearest guess you could have is just a little bit of heat fatigue. But, Tony, this is going against what both of us thought at the beginning of the match. What do you think's happening out there?
Well, like we see what's happening. Wilander's playing a heck of a match, and McEnroe's having difficulties.
15 love.
That first set was probably real key when McEnroe had an early break, and then Wilander played so well to come back into it and take the set.
Ah! 30 love.
That's Jack Nicholson with the sunglasses on.
Hey, my brother's here.
30-15.
Let me get another look at him. Unforced errors, 32 for McEnroe, only 6 for Wilander.
Works out about the opposite on winners, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. 40-15. 40-30.
Not quite the opposite. Oop. He's feeling his ankle. Not quite the opposite on winners. There's 56 winners for McEnroe and 43 for Wilander. That's a high level for Mats.
Well, he's been more aggressive.
Really has.
When we come back, Wilander will be serving for the third set at 5-4.
Wilander leads 5-4.
Wilander won the first set 6-3, McEnroe 6-4 in the second. Now Wilander will be serving at 5-4 in the third.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Find your seats. Seats quickly. Thank you.
Still waiting for the crowd to settle.
Find your seats, please, to the side. Thank you.
Okay, a very crucial game in this match coming up. Wilander trying to hold serve and take a 2-1 lead. McEnroe testing that ankle.
Love.
Good serve by Wilander, but instead of slicing, he kicked it a little bit, and the ball came up a little higher. That's the third ace by Wilander.
40, love.
And he has triple set point. He leads 2-1.
Talking to himself.
That came over.
And I think there's an important psychological thing here of when they're actually changing ends, Pat. As I mentioned before, Wilander has been the first up from his chair every time. He's been at least 30 seconds ahead of McEnroe. And I think he senses that McEnroe may be feeling the heat a little bit. And it's good to keep that psychological pressure on. Say, hey, I'm not feeling anything. I'm ready to go. Let's get at it.
And after 2 hours and 19 minutes at this point.
Two net scores in a row going for Wilander.
Love 30.
Well, there are times in a sporting event where you get the momentum going with you. And when that happens, it's the time to really go into top gear if you can. So, big chance for Mats here to get an early break in the fourth set. Be a long way back for McEnroe if he does. that a man who smells the finishing line? He
Love 40.
You know, McEnroe's approach shot was not short.
It was quite good.
And Wilander, well behind the baseline, rips across court, and he has triple break point in the first game of the fourth set. And Wilander leads 2-1.
Game to Wilander. He wins the first game of the fourth set.
Short approach that time by Matt got him in trouble.
I don't think it's my imagination. Hasn't the temperature dropped?
Well,
And there's a little bit of a cool breeze
Little
blowing
breeze.
up. I wonder what that gauge is at now.
Well, I'm sure
That
we
would
can have a look
certainly
in
be
a minute.
a big boost to McEnroe if the temperature were to drop by 5 or 10 degrees.
It hadn't dropped too much.
That's
Still
hot, isn't it?
Over 100.
You know, these players are not accustomed to playing 3 out of 5 set matches. They don't do it much. They have tiebreakers. And normally, throughout the year, they play indoors without sun, without wind, without having to worry about the elements. They play 2 out of 3 in tiebreakers. Now there is Bill Talbert, the tournament director. Now they come out 3 out of 5 for 2 weeks, and it can take its toll physically.
It's not the fact of playing the 3 out of 5 sets. I think that the heat is the thing. I don't know. I've experienced it myself over different times where you get a little bit of heat exhaustion, and it's very hard to get your body through that. Great shot.
Be good.
Wilander has been in the net 14 times and won 12 of them, including that last situation. So he's having a lot of success going in.
We've seen him do that a lot today, haven't we? The passing shot, instead of trying for a clean pass, just get it down low at the feet.
And McEnroe has been running through some of his volleys. Instead of stopping and making the volley, he's keep moving forward and trying to make the volley, and that was a very difficult shot to try in the first place.
Serve.
Great shot.
Advantage Wilander.
Nothing you can do about that.
To say too good. Wilander trying to hold serve and take a 2-love lead in this fourth set.
Ball change. Ball 10, please. Wilander leads 2-love.
The land.
Now let's quickly go to John Tesh.
Want a break?
No. McEnroe serving love 2 in the 4th. He's really had a problem throughout the match with his first serve.
What a point.
One of the best points of the match. Here comes an attacking Wilander. This is the end of the point with a crisp volley right there. But there were so many good shots. You see the reaction of Wilander. So many tremendous shots by both players.
He was like a bull terrier in that point. Refused to let go of it.
Points like that will get you in shape no matter what you do to yourself.
Got to be pretty fit. He ran all over the court that last point, and I didn't even see him breathing deep. That's a really good effort from McEnroe after losing that first point. That could be a bit of a heartbreaker and come back and win the next 3. That's really toughing it out.
Game to McEnroe. Wilander leads 2-1, 4th set. Take that.
He kept trying to go in behind McEnroe.
15.
John started out, went back in the corner. He stayed right there, and then makes that terrific passing shot. Back live at love 15. Wilander serving at 2-1 in the 4th. He leads 2-1.
Love 30.
3 break points for McEnroe.
Since that fantastic point that Wilander played in the last game, the first point of the last game, McEnroe's come back and reeled off 7 straight points.
Much to the delight of Ryan and Tatum O'Neal.
2-all.
There's his reaction.
2-all.
Service breaks so far, 5-4 in Wilander's favor.
First serve.
Well-placed offensive lob.
30 lob.
Really set the whole thing up.
That's 10 points in a row.
Worked him around pretty good on that point. The last couple he had.
Mm. 11 points in a row.
Yeah, this next service game of Wilander's will be a real tester to see if this is a definite swing in the match or. Even if, let's say, McEnroe holds serve here, it's still only on serve, even though he's had that great burst of points.
It's 40-15.
Missed it. 30 love.
Played a good match so far, hasn't he? It's all against his general tone of play to be doing what he's doing, attacking as much as he is.
30-15.
Break point for McEnroe.
40.
McEnroe reached for his throat like tonight, choked.
Back a deuce.
It would have been a great shot if he'd pulled it off, because it wasn't that short a drive from Wilander.
Second break point in this game for John McEnroe.
McEnroe getting himself pumped up.
McEnroe leads.
I got to say that's a super effort to be down 2-love in the fourth, and I really thought that after the first.
McEnroe getting himself pumped up.
McEnroe leads.
I got to say that's a super effort to be down 2-love in the fourth, and I really thought that after the first point of the third game in this set, we'd see McEnroe come in, really pumping himself up now. I thought, Tony, that Mats might run out the set 6-2 or something, the way he was going, but he surprised the heck out of me. 4 games in a row. Great effort.
Yep. You wonder if he can maintain the pace physically.
Way too close.
And if he does serve out this set, will it have taken that much out of him that will he have enough left for the
That's
fifth?
right.
So, a lot of questions still to be answered.
Love.
5 aces for McEnroe.
Pat!
$30-15. 40-15.
Game to McEnroe, and we'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local.
15 love.
Life among the flowers.
Tony, you're keeping count there. What was the
love.
point count from 2 love and love 15 in this set?
21-6. McEnroe over Wilander, and of course Mats is this 1-2 there.
First serve.
That's an incredible swing, isn't it? 21 points to 6. And
It appeared at that time that he really had him on the ropes, didn't he?
40 love.
Or McEnroe wouldn't waste too much energy on this point. Get ready to try to hold your serve to run out the fourth set.
McEnroe leads 5-3.
So after running off 5 straight games, McEnroe has lost that particular game to serving for the set at 5-3.
Crowd getting behind McEnroe, and that's something you don't see too often.
First serve.
been on the court for a little over 3 hours now. Just under 3 hours, sorry.
Right.
This is one of the few times Wilander goes under the ball to the forehand side. He was going into the backhand side, and he paid the price. $15 Carling Bassett. Watch.
Up at the top in the corner there. Can we hold it down, please?
4 double
Loud
faults.
roar in the corner.
the other night we were here watching McEnroe play Nystrom, and he said to a guy, he said, "Put out that cigar." He said, an open-air stadium.
It's amazing the things he sees.
I saw you're sitting under there. We can hear your voices here. Keep it down, please.
I saw that same thing in Canada. A fella in the box seat was 20 yards away from him. He said, "Put out the cigar."
Can't hear you. Speak up.
.30-15.
It's about 5 times he's missed that shot.
Yeah, I got to question the shot selection there under the circumstances. You run that volley back deep. It's low, so you can't hit real hard, but you get it back deep and say, "Beat me from behind the baseline."
Mats was on his way in, too.
He sure was. So it's 30-all. McEnroe obviously hoping for a couple of big serves.
First serve.
McEnroe been to the net 91 times, 157 points. Wilander 41 and 29. Successful trips.
Danger time right here. Try to do too much with it, you can get in trouble. So sure McEnroe was trying to angle this volley. He's really stabbing at it just to get his racket on it, because that ball was hit 100 miles an hour, and bingo, he hits an angled winner.
Looked to me like he knew what he was doing on the replay there. He got that well out in front of him, just angled the racket face.
And whatever, it's set point for McEnroe.
That was a great volley. Keeps playing some good stuff. McEnroe's winning this set, but he's had to play some superb tennis to get in that position. It's tough. You've got to play an unbelievable volley to get to set point, and then try and play another one to win it.
Yep. It's the high volley, and it's break point for Wilander. 3 hours they've been on the court.
You almost think he missed that one because all of a sudden he thought, "Oh gosh, here's an easy volley." Haven't had one for ages.
3 hours of tennis, and it is hot.
This is only the first match of the day for us.
The lob was the right idea.
Deuce.
Right idea, wrong execution.
McEnroe back to the towel.
Struggling like crazy to win this serve, to win the 4th set, to have the privilege of staying out there to play a 5th set.
serve.
Oh. Serve it into the same spot and serve a volley after that return.
Advantage McEnroe.
Set point number 2.
First serve.
Sets are 2-all. 7-0 in the U.S. Open in 5-set matches. This is going to the 5th with Wilander serving.
By that we mean a match that has gone to 5 sets.
Yes.
15 love.
Oh, look at what has happened to the temperature down on the court. Up over 110. Last time we checked the humidity, it was up around 80%. And there is almost no wind to cool things off. That thermometer, in fairness, is in the sun.
So are the players
are as well.
And that court gets hot.
First serve.
I bet Lendl and Connors are sitting in the dressing room saying, hey, fellas, keep going for a while. We'll wait till it gets a little darker. Tony, do you think this long match for whoever wins it and the fatigue, that the aftermath of it, could have an effect on tomorrow's match?
It could, sure. If you know, this obviously is in their 5th set, it's going to be a tough physical battle. If the winner of the other men's match wins in straight sets and fairly handily, that would give them a bit of an edge. But we've seen so many things happen that, you know, you can't count on that.
I was thinking more of the heat factor.
Still to come, Navratilova, Mandlikova, the women's final, Lendl and Connors. That men's final we're talking about doesn't start. Good shot.
And it's break point for McEnroe.
Started to say that the men's final match doesn't start till 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, so that'll help some.
Watch the racket preparation. Smooth stroke, just driven like a bullet down the line. And we come back live, break point for McEnroe. First game of the final set.
Oh, that's close.
Well, I don't know how you let that go.
Yeah, I was watching Matz's face when he was walking back. He let out a big, deep breath.
wins the first game of the final set.
Swinging that finish and the square behind.
John wants the guy to stop fanning himself down the other side of the court.
There's a lady fanning herself.
He says, tell him to stop swinging that thing.
I mean, it's only 110 out there.
Right. It's just a caught his eye, though, because it's right over the top of Wilander's head.
Could you ask him if he's sure of his decision?
$30-15.
How much more clear can it be than that?
Let's play.
You want to stand here to see it?
Quiet, please.
It's 30-15.
First serve.
Out.
$40-15.
That little altercation took 1 minute and 10 seconds. Said before, I saw Flack and Seguso argue the other day, and they argued for 15 seconds, and the umpire said, you got 15 seconds. You're allowed 30 seconds in between points.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
$40-30.
That young man just goes about his business, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good job of getting his job done.
First serve.
Well, McEnroe hits the top of that net a lot.
sometimes his toss is a little low. There's a temperature, looks like up to 115. Grueling point.
Deuce.
Close-ups of the faces of both players. McEnroe certainly looks the one who's in a little more trouble, heat-wise. That was the type of point he's not used to playing, isn't it? Where he's being chased around the court.
Now break point for Wilander.
Advantage, Wilander.
Now's the time to start your clock and see how long this takes.
You don't overroll it, anything that beep goes off on.
Tough second serve. Break point.
Got his service break. Does Wilander.
Wilander leads 2-love.
This is where we were in the fourth set. Wilander got off to a 2-love lead, and McEnroe ran off 5 straight games and won at 6-3. Quite a swing, too, because in the first game on Wilander's serve, McEnroe had 1 break point and couldn't capitalize. Wilander comes right back to a break, so that's a pretty good swing in the final set.
Followed Barry McKay then. I looked at McEnroe tapped his racket twice on the ground, hit a winner.
Well, I didn't do it every time then.
He gave a 1 tap that time.
See what that means.
That's unlucky because it was gone. It was a winner.
30.
Yep, McEnroe was covering the down the line shot.
McEnroe trying to break back.
Again, the drop shot to the two-handed side of Wilander. You watch him come in here, he has to let go with the one hand, and they don't like to do that, the two-handers. He's got to do it one-handed, tries to go down the line. McEnroe would have been there anyway, and it is triple break point.
That's 3 hours and 24 minutes and temperatures of over 100 degrees.
15 love.
A Swede with a Swedish flag stuck in his hair.
Doesn't look like a Swede.
First serve.
Turning out to be one of those matches that it's going to be sad that one has to lose. Going down to the wire.
I get it, first serve.
Long. 15 all.
Who's the call out? There was a millimeter out if it was out. He couldn't have possibly seen that.
No, he just admitted it was out.
A millimeter
Sure
out.
did call.
Maybe 2 or 3
No question
inches.
about it being out.
That's what the linesman's there for, isn't it?
Call it if it's a millimeter out.
That's right.
They do a heck of a job, and it's a thankless job, and I think they all deserve a tremendous amount of credit, as do the ball boys and ball girls who do such a good job. They're unnoticed.
The only previous 5-set match, 1982 in the Davis Cup. That one went over 5 hours.
I think 6.5 hours. Yeah, one set you saw 17-15.
No tiebreakers in Davis Cup.
Nope.
Obviously.
You have it here, even in the 5th set. At Wimbledon, they don't have a tiebreaker in the 5th set. But we will have one here if they get the 6 all. Unreal passing shot.
Ball change. 2 all. Bring in the old ball.
2 all.
He really flattened out on this passing shot. Didn't hit much topspin on it. Let's have a look at his preparation, nice and early, like Tony mentioned before when he hit that down the line stroke. Another view of it, watching Mats. He's covering the down the line shot. He was this side of the center. But the shot was just too good.
Still couldn't even get his racket on it.
Yeah, that's how good the shot was.
Ball boys, we have all new balls. Thank you.
Wilander served with new balls. We're going to the wire group. This is fun.
This has been a great match. It's been up and down the whole time.
Love.
McEnroe lost the 1st set when he had the early break. Wilander lost the 4th set and he had the early break.
He had the early break in this one.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
It follows a trend. Since the halfway point in this match, Tony, McEnroe started slicing a lot more of his backhand approach shots instead of coming over the ball.
And he also has not attacked as much as he did earlier. But you got to give Wilander credit for keeping him at bay.
15-30.
Been playing 3 hours and a half now. If you can call this playing. Looks an awful lot like work.
Double break point for McEnroe.
15-40.
Put him up 3-2 with a break if he can get one of these 2 points. I'll be very surprised if McEnroe doesn't come in off the return of serve here.
McEnroe leads 3-2.
McEnroe to serve at 3-2 in the final set.
He's found a second win somewhere, Tony.
Yep.
He's looking much stronger now than he was in the middle part of the match.
Like the end of the second set. He looked very tired.
That can happen when you're going through a match like this. You can go through a bit of a sinking spell, and you just got to hang in there when that happens. And if you know you've done your training and you're fit enough, it'll come back.
Timely first serves.
40 love.
You get the point here where it's not who wants to win the most, but who wants to lose the least. Because you've got to reach back and find something extra.
Game, McEnroe.
That'd be his best serving game of the match, I think.
Puts him out in front 4-2
McEnroe leads 4-2.
in the final set.
And unofficially have that as his 7th ace.
Try, please. Try, please. Thank you.
Service winner 28 for McEnroe, 14 for Wilander. 15 love.
15 love.
It's just like the 4th set where Wilander won the first 2 games. And McEnroe has come back and gotten 2 breaks.
Ace number 4
30 love.
for Wilander.
He's saying, hey, I'm not out of this one.
40 love.
I didn't stay out here for 3.5 hours to lose.
Game Wilander. 4-3 in the final. McEnroe. Heat and humidity.
Quiet, please, ladies and gentlemen.
McEnroe will be serving at 4-3 in the 5th.
And he has that all-important break. Got to hold on to 2 more serves to move into the finals.
Just missed wide.
Put him down low again.
Love 15.
Every point is a clutch point.
Keeps trying to hit that low one for the drop volley. That has paid off for him. Couple
I
have
can
been
remember
all right.
making 1 or 2 out of maybe 8.
This has got to be a big edge for McEnroe. His first service rhythm, for some reason, has suddenly picked up, and he seems to be serving with more power and pace and accuracy than he has throughout the match. If you're going to do it, it might as well be in the 5th.
He makes the tough one right here. Tremendous job just to get this back. This volley is up. And he's blocked it deep.
He picked the passing shot well,
Yeah,
didn't he?
he's
Read it.
Yeah, he recovered balance and so forth very quickly, and it's now 15-30. So the young Swede trying to fight back and get a break and get it even.
Went to the body on the first serve on the forehand side the last time here. That's where he varies his serve so well.
30 all.
Never know what's coming next.
That tremendous under such pressure.
That was pressure.
Deuce.
Mats Wilander is down 5-3 in the 5th set if he doesn't make this passing shot. And it's a hard shot. McEnroe's driven the ball, hits it just inside the line. Talk about responding under pressure. Down 5-3 in the 5th. You miss it. Woo.
Wilander shaking his right arm to keep it loose. Might have a feeling of possible arm cramps coming in there.
I was going to say, shouldn't be hard to stay loose.
Missed it.
He had more of an opening that time.
Advantage McEnroe.
You start out with a great second serve, terrific return, a lunge volley. McEnroe was cheating that way, trying to cover down the line, couldn't get there. That's how good the shot was when we come back to deuce.
Just some super shots being played in this set.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout the match, but threading the needle.
Feel the tension out there now.
That's some game. Wilander serving.
McEnroe leads 5-3.
From Wilander's viewpoint, he says, I got to worry about holding my serve. You can't worry about anything else. First things first, and then see if I can get a break. Obviously,
He held his serve with love the last time.
yep, left two aces.
He'd love to do it again here.
Love 15. Love 30.
Wilander doesn't come in behind the serve. I expect McEnroe will come in.
And it's triple match point. Love 40.
Now through 3 hours and 48 minutes. Heard some little girl shout out just a moment ago, 3 aces. You know, don't ask for too much, huh? Don't get greedy.
Serve and volley again on this one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Take a chance, huh? Nothing to lose now.